Hello, and welcome to the Catherine and Alex show this evening. Our guest is Chris Crutcher, the author of Whale Talk.
Welcome to the show, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So, Chris, could you tell us what this book is all about?
Whale Talk is mainly about a boy named TJ who is trying to break the power that sports have in Cutter High School. And initially, the only way to do this was to earn a Letterman jacket. So he put together a swim team full of emotionally and physically disabled children to do so.
Where did you get the idea of this novel? Is it from past experiences?
Yes and no was Whale Talk based on past experiences. There is not one specific experience, but in my younger years as a child and a family therapist, I would always hear about bullying and jocks at school, and I saw some of it myself when I was an educator at an alternative school. So I just put some characters together and came up with a storyline.
What do you have to say about Whale Talk, your novel, being challenged and censored at schools?
I say that if you are banning the book from schools, it isn't really censoring the book. Anyone who wants to read the book can do whatever they want. What the school is really doing is stopping discussion about important issues. Yes, I understand that there is bad language and inappropriate things, but once you look past all that, you see that it is actually only a book about our modern society today.
Well, apparently, in March of 2005, Limestone County School voted to ban your book from the school curriculum due to harsh language and bad scenarios. The superintendent voted to keep it on the board, but there were so many parent complaints that they had to get rid of it. What do you have to say about this?
I can understand why my book is challenged because it is mature for students. Like I said earlier, I think the book exposes teenagers and kids to things they are going to see on the real world one day.
Since these students are being exposed in other ways also, do you believe school boards should be able to ban books?
At a certain extent, I think they should be able to. If I had thought no one would have an opinion on this book, then why would I write it? I think all books should give each person a different sense and feel. Maybe my book is encouraging kids who are bullied to take a stand. Or maybe this book encouraged kids to not bully. I will never really know, but I hope it brought a positive impact.
Well, in my opinion, I do admit that the language is a little disturbing and shocking.
I think it has the right amount of language to emphasize the situation.
Thank you. Well, I like what you said, Catherine. It helps emphasize the situations. It didn't just randomly put in bad words for fun. There is a purpose. Like when TJ said, you have to see everyone in relationship to you. Because just because you understand the stuff in someone else's life doesn't mean you don't stand up for your own. Basically, TJ is explaining his thoughts and actions when he's creating this team for everyone.
My personal favorite quote is, adapted, big deal, so is Superman. So I was just wondering if you could explain that to me, how you came up with that and what gave you the idea.
Well, basically, I was writing this book, and all these things just popped in my mind when I was thinking of TJ as a character, and that was really one that stood out to me, because he was just acting like such a heroic figure in this novel.
I completely understand that. I loved TJ in the novel.
Thank you.
My favorite quote is, I can't count on racism being loud when it runs into me. To me, this quote means that he can always hint when people are being racist, even if they don't flat out say it.
I completely agree, Catherine. We see prejudice the other time in high schools these days.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well,
Okay, we have one more topic, censorship. What does this mean to you? Well, to me, this means people are trying to protect us from bad things. People are trying to protect us from vulgar, violent scenarios that we should not even be seeing in our society today.
Thank you, Alex. In my mind, censorship is just the censoring of everyday life. Like, if there was no one censoring anything, then the world would be wild. No one would be controlled, no one would be tamed. It would just be like a bunch of wild zebras out in the wild.
Exactly, Emily. Exactly, Chris. Exactly.
To me, censorship is a good thing because if somebody wants to see something gross, they can watch it. If they want to see something happy, then they can watch it.
I totally agree.
I definitely agree, Catherine.
Thank you so much for your understanding of censorship today. Sometimes I am against it in the school sense, but it really is a good thing in our society today in most ways. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.